Here we are again. We're just sort of blasting through a bunch of videos today. This fellow is going to be coming to pick up his kilt in a couple of hours. So I wanted to talk about this while the kilt was in front of us. Do you remember I was talking about properly how to check your work when you're laying out the pleats? And basically, if you flip up a pleat, you should see the same element. So there's the red line, yellow line kind of thing. The other factor, because I tend to resist the choice of pleating to the set when it's a super busy tartan. This is a bit of an exception. This is the Cameron, the 79th Highlanders tartan, and I guess it's a bit of an exception that proves the rule, because we have one dramatic element, the yellow, and the rest of it kind of pales, I guess, in significance. So it actually works. I'm happy about how this turned out, because we've got the very striking strong element, and the rest of it is a bit muted. The other thing, because it is a very busy tartan, and because one of the rules that we absolutely abide by is that aside from the apron seam, where you can see elements of the tartan disappearing into the seam, we really don't want that throughout the rest, which means, because in a busy tartan like this, that occasionally we have to resort to a sort of trompe l'oeil. We have to fool the eye a little bit. So for example, this centered back pleat is slightly wider so that I can incorporate the necessary elements, the yellow guarded by the green and red. But I've compensated for that by making the adjacent two pleats a little bit narrower. Now, also, when we're pleating to the set, we're mimicking the front, but we don't necessarily, sometimes we're not able to, but we don't necessarily want to or need to have the back at the same scale as the front. So we can see the back of the kilt is slightly smaller scale than the cloth we see at the front, but it's okay because it complements each other. Looking on the inside, no, he's actually, wait for a minute, he's chosen the black buckles with a brown leather strap, which I think looks very striking. And on the inside, yarns everywhere. Incidentally, this is an occupational, it's not a hazard, but it's an occupational reality of being in a tailor shop. These are called clues. And the modern meaning of the word clue to mean, a step towards solving a puzzle is literally from pulling one of these things to see where it goes. But what it means in the house of a tailor is that all over the house we've got short lengths of yarn, because they pick up on my shoes and everything. We just live with it. So on the inside, because we have that, remember, we've had to adjust, making some pleats a little bit wider and then compensating by making the adjacent ones more narrow. We see on the inside, and again, this is the exception that proves the rule, that they're all pretty much equal, but you can see that the same pleat on the inside, which is the green with the 4 red, is ever so much slightly wider. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because again, that's the result of compensating for the busyness of the tartan. So there we go. I'm about to sneeze. So we're going to end this video right quick before I do so. So take care, and we'll talk to you soon.